Hi everyone, we are working on assignment 4B today. The first step that you want to take, you will find, as you can see here, we're in section 4, right here. We've gone to lesson 5, mixed samples. Let me just show you, when you click on the table of contents and scroll down, you can see lesson 5. Here it says choose your browser and then download sources with either Firefox or Internet. That's a good clue right there that you're going to get some important stuff that you're going to need to use. So I've already taken that step. Okay, click this to download the course resources. So I've already done that. Here are the resources. It has put it, for me, it automatically goes to a temporary file. So wherever it goes for you when you open it up, I want you to save it to your section 4 folder of your course folder. So they're already highlighted. I'm going to go ahead and cut them from here. And then I will put them where I want them before we get started on 4B, because they're giving you tracks that you're going to need. Okay, and then I'm going to right click and paste. In 4B, we are talking about sampling and mixing, so they are giving you some tracks. As you guys know, sampling is taking bits of someone else's music and combining it with your own to make new music. So there, I've gone ahead, I've got those all ready to go in my section 4. Next, I've opened up an Audacity file. The first thing we are going to do here is File, and then we're going to import audio. We're going to import all of those tracks that we just opened. So I'm going to my section 4 where I've kept all those, and instead of doing it one by one this time, we are going to import track 1 all the way through track 7. You're going to do that by holding down the Shift key, clicking on track 7, and then open. So you'll see that it takes a minute, but it will open all of them at one time. As always, as soon as you first import something and you've got some new tracks in there, you want to listen to how it sounds together first. Okay, it sounds like we have some classical guitars, maybe some maracas, another guitar. It's hard to hear all those sounds in there. The next thing the directions ask you to do is play this on a loop, which means we are going to we are going to hold down the shift button. You can see it turns to the shift for loop play there. Now while it's playing, we're going to go through and listen to each track individually. The way that we do that, as you guys might know, I'm going to go up and start at the top. There we go. Is you'll click on the solo button. Now this looping it means that this is going to play continuously until you stop it. And the way to listen to them each, click on solo, listen for a little bit, it'll only play that one track. Unclick on solo, go down, click on solo for track 2, and then continue scrolling down, listening to each individual until you get down to the very bottom. The directions also ask that you keep in mind and keep track of the tracks that you don't care for. So you can write them down next to you on a scrap piece of paper, just keep it in mind. but pay attention to which sounds that you don't like. After you've listened to all the tracks individually, the directions ask you to go ahead and save project as. Make sure it's in section 4 because this will end up to be assignment 4B. Instead of track 1, we are going to type sample underscore mix and save. We're going to keep this project open. The next thing that it asks you to do is to go ahead and remove any of the tracks that you didn't really care for. Now, I actually think, I don't think there's anything wrong with any of those tracks, but I'm going to take out track number 6 just to show you how to do it. So come down to track 6. It says to play it, to solo play it. Just make sure you have the right one. And I'm glad I did because it was actually track 7 that I wanted to remove. So you guys can choose on your own which one you prefer to remove. I'm going to take out track number 7. All you do is click on the X next to the track that you want to remove, and it's all gone. You can see there's nothing down here. There's only track 6 left, down to track 6 left. Right? If you've realized that that is not what you wanted to do, you can come up to Edit and then do Undo Track Remove. Now we're going to copy one of the tracks. So decide which one you like so much that you want to make another one just like it. I will go ahead and choose track 1. Now, from your reading, you will learn about stereo tracks and mono tracks. Stereo means, as you can see, this track is really big. It has 2 of them right in here. Okay, 2 sound waves. That is called a stereo track because there's more than one sound wave. Now if I come down here, you can see track 3, track 4, track 5. These all only have one sound wave. So whichever track you choose to copy, it will depend on which one you copy for the directions next. So make sure your selection tool is selected. I'm going to go ahead and click and drag all the way over here. Now, because I've chosen a stereo track, I go up to Track, Add New, and click on Stereo Track. Now, before I complete that, let's come down here. Let's come to track number 5. We'll go to 5. I'm going to click and drag that. Oh, I'm sorry, I actually skipped a step. We're going to copy it first before we click on the tracks. Apologize about that. So we do Control C, which you can't see me doing, but I did. And then we're going to come up to Tracks, Add New, and then Audio Track. Now I'm going to come back down here. So you want to find the place where added a new track, and that is where you are going to paste it. So in order to paste, you do Control V. And there I have copied and pasted a mono track. Mono meaning one sound wave. The directions ask that if you would like to copy and paste any other tracks to go ahead and do that now. But I think I'm good with that just for the sake of getting through this. The next thing you want to try is to shift some of the tracks if they don't sound like they're in the right place. So again, we're going to listen to these all individually and some of them together to see which ones sound good together and which ones seem a little off. So I can immediately hear that the maracas sound was a little off. So let's see, which one? I think it's track number 3 is the maracas. Okay, I was wrong. It's track number 5. And track number 5 is the one that that I copied. And so we're going to try to move both of those. We're going to come to the time shift tool. Oh, and because it's on shift, it won't let me do anything right now. So I'm going to go to stop. Now, when you're here, you can see that it only takes a slight movement for it to change from the zoom tool to the time shift tool. Make sure that when you're trying to shift it, that it is those little arrows right there, or it won't move for you. So I am going to try to line up the beginning of this with the beginning of that. Okay. Now, because I've copied this one, I'm going to try and do the same thing. And see, you'll see that yellow line pop up. That means that you've got it lined up with this one up here. So I'm going to play that and see how that sounds together. I'm actually still not very happy with that. So I can move this as many times or in as many places as I want to. Same with this one down here. I'm going to line that up again. Okay, that's sounding better to me. So you can move these any way that you want, but one of the requirements for this assignment is that you remove a track, you copy and paste a track, but also that you use the time shift tool to move the tracks around. So we've completed all the steps for this part of the project. So after you have copied and pasted and removed and moved all of, time shifted all of the tracks where you want them, you just come up to File, Save Project As, make sure it still says Sample Mix in section 4 and click on Save. And at this point, we are going to end this video and move on to the next, but I want to show you here the next directions. Start section 4, lesson 6, and then open a file. And that will begin part 2 of the next assignment 4B video.